Hello guys, and welcome back to another how-to tutorial for the scripts. This time I'm going to show you how to do the weather scripts and the effects that are kind of like weather. I'm going to start with CaveIn. CaveIn is the effect that makes the screen shake and kind of particles fall. It looks like blocks are slipping down. And pretty much what you want to do is put the XYZ of where the center of it is. And then blocks, usually 5 to 10 blocks around it, will also shift, maybe even more, like 20 or whatever. It's random, but it pretty much makes the earthquake. The next script is the explosion, and that is like scripted TNT or C4. The XYZ is the same as the CaveIn, where it goes, and then you want the radius. It can go 1 to 25, I believe, and the farther out the radius, of course, the bigger the blast will affect. And the strength is how strong it is. The higher the strength, the stronger the rock it can break. A strength of 1 will not blow up a block of rhyolite or anything like that. But if you had the maxed out strength, then it will destroy any block. For fog, you notice there's only an X and a Z. You don't do a Y because the fog actually affects the whole map top to bottom. The only thing you need to do is put the X and the Z. That positions how far north and south and how far east and west. Then you want the radius, which is how many blocks out it will reach. The duration, that you type in the number of seconds. It's not like most of other scripts where you do milliseconds. This one you actually type in the number of seconds, and then that will run for that many seconds. The intensity is how thick the fog will come in. If it's a really, really high intensity of like 100, it'll be really hard to see what's in front of you. But an intensity of 5, you won't even really see the fog. Rgb is the color. It's 0 to 255. R is how much red you want. Green is how much... G is how much green you want. B is how much blue you want. A value of 225 for the red and green, that will make a yellow if you have 0 blue. If you have all 3, it will be a white because white is all colors. And 000 will be black because black is the absence of color. Visibility is how far out you'll be able to see. If you have a visibility of 10, you'll be able to see 10 blocks out, depending on how intense your fog is. If the visibility is 100, you'll be able to see 100. Hail is almost the same exact thing. The XZ, again, is the position on the map. You don't need a Y for that. Radius is the same. Duration is the same. Intensity is how much hail falls down. The higher the intensity, the more hail will come down and hit. The lower the intensity, it'll be like a light mist. Rgb is the same. Min size and max size, those are the size of the block when they fall down because it makes a particle of a block. If you put the min size as 1, the max size of 1, it will look like blocks are raining from the sky. If you have a max size of 0.5 and a min size of 1, it's going to be 0.5. Because, actually I'm not sure about that, because they offset each other. I think that might give you an error. But if you have the min size as 0.1 and the max size is 1, it will randomly give you blocks of different sizes between 0.1 and 1. Rain is the same exact thing as the other ones. XZ tells you where it is, radius is how wide, duration is how long, intensity is how much, and RGB is the color. Next we have sky color and sky color delete. That pretty much changes how you have like the blue and the sunset look going on. You can change it so if you put a R of 225, it will be a red sky. There's also a player setting. If you get rid of the player setting, it will do it for everybody. You just have to delete where the 2 brackets are and then the extra space that's added. Intensity, again, same thing, how much of it there is. The higher the intensity, the more vibrant the color is. A low intensity, it'll be like transparency. Transition is how long it takes for it to go from what it is now to what it will be with the script. If you have a transition of 5,000, it will take 5 seconds to go from the old color to the new color. But that does not say that that script line right here goes on for 5 seconds. It says it takes 5 seconds for the sky to go. So if you have sky color and then sky color delete right after, it will actually just delete, because they fire at the same time. You have to throw in a wait between them of the same time as your transition for it to take effect. Sky color delete player transition is the same exact thing, but instead of color, it takes it back to normal. Then you've got tint color. It's the same thing, except for instead of changing the sky, it changes the screen. So that makes all the blocks red or whatever you want it to be. It makes everything on the screen more towards that color. And that is all of the how-to weather. So if you liked this video, you should comment, subscribe, and leave a like.